The Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, sunlight filtering through the leaves. His disciples gathered, eager to hear his wisdom. He looked at them, his eyes filled with compassion. Understanding is the foundation upon which wisdom and skill are built, he said. A disciple, a young builder, stepped forward. Master, how do we apply wisdom in our work? He asked respectfully. The Buddha smiled gently. In every structure, there is impermanence. A bridge may last centuries, yet time will wear it away. The builder nodded. But we design to last, Master. Should we not seek permanence? He asked with sincerity. The Buddha picked up a leaf and held it to the light. Even this leaf once seemed eternal, but now it fades. The disciples listened, their minds absorbing his words. Creation and decay are two sides of the same existence, the Buddha continued. A monk who worked with metal spoke. Then how do we balance permanence with impermanence in engineering? He asked. The Buddha placed the leaf on the ground. Balance is the key. Strength and flexibility must coexist within every design, he said. If a bridge is too rigid, it will crack under strain, he explained. If too weak, it will crumble prematurely. The disciples contemplated his words. Nodding thoughtfully, the Buddha continued. In life, as in work, balance leads to harmony. A young carpenter asked, Master, how does one achieve balance in practice? His voice carried both curiosity and determination. The Buddha touched the rough bark of the tree. Observe nature. Trees bend in the wind, yet remain rooted, he said. Likewise, an engineer must allow movement within strength. Adapting without losing purpose, the Buddha explained patiently. A mathematician among the disciples spoke. Master, calculation guides our work. How do numbers fit into wisdom? He asked. The Buddha picked up a handful of sand. Numbers are like grains of sand, each valuable but insufficient alone, he answered. Precision is necessary, the Buddha continued. But wisdom ensures calculations serve life rather than control it. The disciples reflected on his words. A sculptor spoke next. Master, creation brings joy. Should we not pursue perfection? The Buddha smiled. Perfection is an illusion. Even the most flawless design holds flaws unseen, he said. A potter in the group nodded. Then must we accept imperfection in our work? He asked hesitantly. The Buddha lifted his cup of tea. A cracked cup may hold water, just as a flawless cup may shatter, he said. Strive for excellence, but do not cling to flawlessness, he advised gently. True mastery lies in acceptance of imperfection. The disciples exchanged glances, their minds opened to a deeper understanding. They saw wisdom in every element around them. The Buddha continued. The engineer who seeks wisdom listens to the world, adapts, and works with compassion. A bridge builder asked, Master, how does compassion fit within our craft? He had pondered this question for many moons. The Buddha's eyes were warm. Every design touches lives. A road guides travelers. A home shelters families. A vessel carries dreams. Compassion in creation means considering the needs of others before personal gain, the Buddha instructed softly. The builder lowered his gaze. I have seen structures built for profit rather than purpose, he admitted. The Buddha placed a hand on the ground. A tree grows where planted. If rooted in kindness, it bears fruits for all. Therefore, craft with awareness, the Buddha continued. Do not build for mere wealth, but for the welfare of all beings. The disciples meditated on his words. They saw engineering as more than a technical practice. It was a service. A young apprentice whispered, Master, does simplicity hold wisdom? He feared his work was too plain compared to grand designs. The Buddha picked up a single pebble and held it forth. In simplicity, there is profound meaning, he answered. A single step leads to a great journey. A simple design may hold the most truth, he explained with clarity. The apprentice smiled. reassured. He understood now that wisdom resided in both the simple and the grand. The Buddha rose slowly. Remember these truths: balance, impermanence, compassion, and simplicity, he said. They will guide your work and your life. Walk the middle path, and your craft will reflect wisdom, he concluded. His disciples bowed, their hearts filled with new understanding. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden light upon them. And so, they carried his teachings forward, blending Dharma with their engineering, striving to create with wisdom and kindness. Another day, the Buddha sat by a quiet stream. His disciples gathered around him, waiting for his words with reverence. He looked at them with kindness. Compassion is not separate from creation. Every tool, every shelter, affects the lives of many, he said. A young disciple spoke. Master, engineers design to serve society. But how do we ensure our work truly helps others? He asked. The Buddha dipped his hand into the flowing water. Like this stream, true service moves effortlessly, benefiting all it touches, he said. If an engineer creates with greed, the structure serves few. If built with compassion, it stands for generations, the Buddha continued. A builder in the group asked, Master, how do we avoid selfish intent in our craft? He sounded uncertain. The Buddha took a small clay bowl and filled it with water. A vessel only holds what it is given, he explained. If the intent is pure, the creation will reflect kindness. If the heart clings to profit, the work loses its soul, he said. The disciples listened carefully, understanding the deeper meaning. Engineering was more than calculations. It was a reflection of the heart's intent. A disciple designing a village well spoke. Master, I want to help, but my resources are scarce, he admitted. The Buddha nodded. Compassion is not measured in size. Even a single drop of water sustains life, he said calmly. Design wisely, the Buddha continued. Create with care. A small act of kindness ripples outward, touching more lives than imagined. A metalworker asked, Master, how do we ensure lasting impact? He wanted his work to endure beyond his own lifetime. The Buddha picked up a fallen seed and placed it into the earth. Plant with patience. Growth happens beyond your sight, he said. The engineer who builds with foresight considers those yet to come, the Buddha continued. Work that benefits generations is work of great virtue. A disciple studying architecture asked, Master, how do we balance beauty with function? She wanted designs that inspired people. The Buddha smiled. Beauty is harmony. A tree is beautiful because it serves, giving shade, fruit, and life to many beings. In your work, create with harmony, the Buddha explained. Let form support function, like petals protecting the flower's heart. The disciples exchanged thoughtful glances, seeing their craft through a new lens. Service was woven into every aspect of creation. The Buddha pointed to a worn footpath. This road has carried thousands of travelers. Each step taken with purpose builds meaning, he said. An engineer who creates thoughtfully builds more than structures. They build paths for others to walk toward better futures, the Buddha continued. A sculptor who shaped stone asked, Master, does compassion require sacrifice? He worried that service might mean personal loss. The Buddha lifted a lotus flower. The lotus gives its fragrance freely, losing nothing. Kindness given is not lost, but multiplied. True service does not drain. It nourishes, the Buddha said gently. A work built with love stands beyond its maker's years. A bridge builder spoke. Master, I build for others. Yet I worry my skills are inadequate, he confessed quietly. The Buddha picked up a tiny rock. Even this stone supports the earth beneath it. Every effort matters, no matter how small. Do not fear inadequacy, the Buddha continued. Work sincerely. Even modest efforts shape the world in ways unseen. A weaver who designed fabric asked, Master, How do we remain mindful in our practice? She wished for her work to reflect truth. The Buddha ran his fingers along the woven threads. Each strand connects to another, forming something whole. Attention makes the pattern strong. Be present in your craft, the Buddha advised. Mindfulness in every step ensures work that serves with integrity and love. The disciples bowed, absorbing his teachings. They understood now that true creation came not from skill alone, but from a heart filled with compassion. The Buddha rose, his robes shifting gently with the wind. Carry these truths forward, he said. Let wisdom guide your hands and kindness shape your designs. And so, they did, creating not just structures, but works of service, ensuring the teachings of compassion lived within every craft. Another day, the Buddha stood atop a hill, watching the sun rise over the valley below. His disciples gathered, awaiting his wisdom. He looked at them with calm eyes. Mastery is not skill alone. True mastery requires mindfulness, patience, and humility, he said. A disciple who crafted fine tools asked, Master, how does mindfulness improve our craft? He wanted his work to reflect deeper purpose. The Buddha picked up a pebble and rolled it between his fingers. The mind is the tool that shapes all creation, he said. If the mind is steady, the hand will follow. Distraction leads to errors. Patience leads to perfection, the Buddha continued. A carpenter asked, Master, I struggle with focus. My thoughts wander, my work suffers. He bowed his head, ashamed. The Buddha lifted his hand in reassurance. Do not fight the wandering mind. Observe it, then guide it back, he said. The breath is a bridge between thought and action. Inhale, exhale. Align breath with work, and clarity will follow, the Buddha advised. The disciples listened, taking his words to heart. A sculptor spoke next. Master, must we strive for control in our craft? The Buddha pointed to the flowing river. Water does not control its path. It moves naturally, shaping land without force. Work with nature, not against it. Mastery is not control, but understanding, the Buddha explained with gentle patience. An engineer designing great structures asked, Master, how do we ensure precision in our designs? He valued accuracy in every detail. The Buddha traced a circle in the dirt. Precision begins in the mind. A clear thought leads to a perfect form, he said. If the mind is cluttered, calculations will fail. Clarity brings precision, and precision brings harmony, the Buddha continued. A potter who shaped vessels asked, Master, how do we embrace mistakes? I fear imperfection in my work. His voice carried doubt. The Buddha lifted his clay bowl, showing a small crack. Even this vessel holds water. Imperfection does not negate usefulness, he said. Mistakes are lessons. Learn from them. Improve. But do not cling to fault, the Buddha advised with wisdom. A bridge builder asked, Master, how do we practice patience? My hands rush. My work suffers. He sighed deeply. The Buddha closed his eyes and breathed slowly. Patience is cultivated through practice. Slow the breath, steady the hand, he said. The craftsman who rushes builds weak structures. The one who pauses creates strength, the Buddha continued calmly. A young apprentice hesitated before speaking. Master, must all engineers seek wisdom beyond skill? He worried about practical limitations. The Buddha smiled. Skill without wisdom is incomplete. The wise engineer understands purpose, impact, and responsibility, he said. Build with awareness, craft with care, and wisdom will follow, the Buddha instructed, his voice carrying deep certainty. A weaver who designed intricate fabrics asked, Master, how does humility improve our work? She wanted to create with meaning. The Buddha touched the earth beneath him. Humility grounds the mind. The craftsman who is humble learns, improves, and serves others, he said. Those who believe they have mastered everything stagnate. Those who seek growth find true mastery, the Buddha explained kindly. A disciple studying architecture asked, "Master, is mastery ever complete?" He wondered if perfection could truly be reached. The Buddha shook his head. Mastery is a journey without end. Growth continues. Wisdom expands. Refinement never ceases, he said. The road toward understanding is infinite. Walk it with patience, and your craft will evolve eternally, the Buddha advised. His disciples bowed, their hearts filled with new understanding. The sun climbed higher, casting golden light upon their faces. The Buddha rose, his robes flowing like gentle waves. Carry these truths within. Let mindfulness guide your hands and wisdom shape your craft. And so, they did, practicing not only skill but awareness, ensuring the teachings of mindfulness lived within every creation they shaped. Both burned together, equal in glow, neither overpowering nor fading. You must light your life with intention, Buddha said. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.